Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Evan back with another video for you today. And today I am at Beijing Capital International Airport here in China. And this is not a China video. I will do a China video eventually, but I am actually here on a layover. And I am actually gonna go to Hanoi, Vietnam. Yes, that is where we are going today, guys. And I'm really excited for this trip. Yeah, we got a lot planned for it. This is gonna be a sick video. Yeah, guys, this is the scene though. Here at Beijing. Now I made friends with this Chinese guy on my flight from London to here, and I asked him, "Oh, is it always raining like this in Beijing?" Because you literally couldn't see anything when you were landing, and he told me like, "Oh, a little bit of rainbow, mostly smog." And so, I mean, you know, he could be really wrong about this, and so could I. But according to him, this is all smog. If that's the case, wow. You know, if what bro said about the smog is true, then I will never look at LA with disgust ever again. Like, I remember the first time I came back to LA when I, went out traveling for the very first time. I remember I came back and I was like, oh, I lived in that? Because it looks so smoggy when you go to LA, but I mean, I guess it's worse over here. I mean, I heard Hanoi is even worse, and that the smog over there is really bad, but we'll just have to see for ourselves, and we won't judge until we're there. Because that's what we do. We give honest reviews on this channel. Like, no BS. If I don't like it, then I don't like it. I mean, you could have a very different experience than I do. But, that's what traveling is all about. It's all just experiences and opinions. Alright guys, we just got scanned through, and there's honestly not a whole lot of people waiting with me, so I think we might get lucky. We might get a whole row to ourselves like we have on flights before. It's actually like a small plane like this. I was on a giant plane coming over here, and this one's like the type of plane that you take from like Honolulu to Kauai. Yeah, I think it's a 3.5 hour flight to Hanoi, so I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, we are finally in Vietnam, my 17th country. I'm actually in my third continent, so yeah, this is really cool. But yeah, honestly, that flight went by really quick. I mean, I slept through most of it because I was really tired. It's like 4 a.m. for me mentally because I'm on London time. But yeah, right now we just go through like passport control and actually get out into Vietnam, go to our hotel, get checked in and everything. But yeah, shout out to Air China though. They were really, really good with, flying and, even including meals, even for this flight. And this flight was only like 3.5 hours. I thought it was like a rule where you don't give out food unless it's like 5 hours or more. But hey, Air China makes sure you're well fed and comfortable. So, shout out to them. Yeah, just go through passport control now. Alright guys, we got checked in. Now we are gonna go and find a place for me to get an eSIM and also get some cash, because cash is king here in Vietnam. So yeah, just go pull out some of that and then we'll go do some things and explore. Alright guys, we're crossing the street. I mean, you just kind of have to go with confidence, because they don't seem to stop unless, you know, you're like, hit me. They won't hit you. At least not intentionally. Alright guys, I just got my eSIM and I pulled out some cash from an ATM, which was actually really difficult for both. So I highly recommend that if you get cash, get it from the airport. And yeah, and if you get an eSIM, also get it from the airport, because I tried 2 banks and for whatever reason they just, you know, didn't accept international visas. And so I had to walk to one that was, you know, specifically for an international visa. Yeah, for the eSIM, I literally had to, like, you know, wait in a long line and everything, which you would do at the airport, but they just do it so much faster there. So I recommend you guys do it there. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna go get a drink and explore Hanoi. Just go attempt to cross. Let's just go.
Run.
Just gotta stride with confidence. This cool little river they got here. Alright guys, we came to this place right here behind me to get some authentic boba tea. So yeah, here's that. It's very warm at the bottom, which is normal. But it's literally just been only boba and no tea. So you gotta do a little bit of mixing before you actually get to enjoy it. Yeah guys, they have a whole bunch of temples right here, so we're gonna check them out. So yeah, this is the entrance to the temple on the lake. It costs about maybe $1 to get in. So, you know, I'd say it's worth it. Already, just, you know, from this entrance, it's really cool. Yeah guys, so that was the actual temple shrine part right behind me. And they have a lot of water bottles right there. So I think it's a water shrine, and maybe it has to do with, you know, the lake being right here and the temple being on a lake, so maybe it's to bless the water, maybe. But they, you know, they said no filming or whatnot, so, you know, I respect it. You know, I'm not gonna film in there. But, you know, they had people praying in there and, you know, doing some chants, so that was very interesting to see. I've never, you know, properly seen that before. So, yeah, very cool raw experience right there. Let's check this part. Oh my gosh, it's a giant turtle. I guess this is the turtle right here. That thing is massive. I guess they must be native to this lake. Wow guys, so I actually just learned right now that these turtles actually represent the longevity and the heroic strength of Vietnam, just, you know, throughout the ages, because, you know, they've gone through so much, and, you know, it's basically like they're a turtle, you know, like they have a hard shell, and so it's basically what they're trying to symbolize with these things. And so I guess you could say it's kind of like their mascot, kind of like, you know, how bald eagle is, you know, America's mascot, like that. One other crazy fact, there's only 6 more of these turtles left in the world, and I guess they're all here in Vietnam. So yeah, very cool. Well guys, that was my very first temple. I think it is called Ngoc Son. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, my very first temple here in Vietnam. First of many that we're going to visit. Alright guys, now that we have seen the temple, we're gonna go watch a water puppet show. This is the water puppet show theater right here. Yeah, a water puppet show is one of the many things to see here in Hanoi. We're quite known for them. But if you don't speak Vietnamese, it's best that you get a little audio guide, or not an audio guide, but like a little audio option. That way they explain the story, because otherwise they'll explain it in Vietnamese, but, you know, I don't speak Vietnamese, so, you know, I'm not going to really understand what's going on in the story. I might have a clue, you know, based off of what the puppets are doing, but, you know, it'd be better to know. Alright, we just got to our seat. This is the audio guide. Just one earpiece. I thought it was going to be like headphones. They advertised headphones. That's how they get you. Well guys, that was the water puppet show. It was actually really cool, and you know, the music was great. I actually felt really culturally immersed by watching that. It was really cool to listen to the audio guide as well. They gave good explanations as to, you know, what they were showing you and the story behind it and everything. So yeah, it was really cool. A lot of Vietnamese folklore and yeah, just cultural stories. So yeah, honestly, I highly recommend going to a water puppet show when here in Hanoi. But yeah, right now, I think I'm gonna go get some food because I'm hungry. So that's what we're gonna go do. Alright guys, so I have decided to eat here at Don Duck. And this place is pretty popular here in Hanoi. And yeah, it's well known because they only serve duck. They have a bunch of different duck items on their menu. Haven't seen anything else yet. That'd be funny if they had duck ice cream, but they don't. It's regular ice cream. But yeah, everything here is duck, so they have a ton of different duck dishes. I think I might get the crispy duck spring rolls and maybe the roasted duck beef noodle soup. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have today. Alright guys, we just got our food. Got my roasted duck pho right here. Let's give the broth a little bit of a taste. It's good broth. It's got a bunch of roasted duck in there. You know what? It's not the best duck I've had, but it's pretty good. But you know it is good? These crispy duck spring rolls. Have with a little bit of the sauce. They're literally the best spring rolls I've ever had. So good. Definitely give this place a try.